future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Hey SoCal homeowners, Bob here, owner of Rough and Tough Turf. Are you frustrated with your yard? Upset how it looks? Angry about wasting money on water and maintenance? And with water restrictions here to stay, you can say goodbye to a beautiful green yard forever. However, there's good news. You can transform your ugly yard into a beautiful, green, year-round paradise that the entire family can enjoy. And our artificial turf is USA made. Don't you deserve a stress-free paradise to enjoy at the end of a long day? And your investment can pay for itself in only 6 to 7 years. Call Rough and Tough Turf today, receive a free estimate good for a year, or if you decide to act now, you can take advantage of savings up to 40%. So grab your cell phone, dial pound 250, say Rough and Tough to invite us out for your free consultation. That's pound 250 and say Rough and Tough. At Rough and Tough Turf, you can expect the best and save money too. Certain restrictions apply.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
KFI has your inflation compensation with $1,000 from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m.
Just looking for the keyword, then enter it at KFIAM640.com/cash.
No texting, just winning.
Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com.
Listen to win $1,000 weekdays from 6 a.m. through 7 p.m.
Claim your inflation compensation
on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Or a burger or something like that. But yes, you need to have the credit card stored inside the app before you get on the airline, because you cannot, even though there is Wi-Fi on the airline, you can't download the United Airlines app once you're on the airline. So once you're in flight, it doesn't work. So you have to set this all up before. And so literally I just watch people, as the flight attendants are going down the aisles, and they're just explaining this to everyone, because it is kind of confusing. Like, when are you not able to pay for something? So it'd be nice, I get why they're trying to do the contactless payment stuff, but it would be nice if they were able to accept credit cards. But they've got all kinds of stuff. They even accept, I think, like Venmo or PayPal by like QR code. So they do give you options. Just if you're flying United, my advice, download any airline you go on. Download, even if it's just a one-time thing, download the app before you get on the plane. Because a lot of times you do get some benefits and features by downloading the app that you wouldn't typically get if you didn't. Like for Southwest, for example, you can activate free messaging on the airline. Even if you don't pay for the internet, you can still get like iMessage and stuff and some other things as well. Same thing on United. Even if you don't pay for the internet, you can still activate free messaging, but you have to activate it first. So that's how it all works. All right, speaking of messaging, on the line we've got Danny Mizrahi. He is the CEO of Sunbird Messaging. They are bringing iMessage and other messaging apps to one messaging app called Sunbird, which is available on Android. And Danny, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Rich. Thanks for having me, and happy holidays to all of us out there.
Thank you. So let's talk about Sunbird. So this has been an app that a lot of people are excited about, because not only does it bring iMessage to Android, but it brings a unified messaging. There's so many messaging apps at this point. And so tell me
people that had to ask my parents who were maybe babysitting my kids, who were sending me videos, low resolutions, you know, being in the group chat where everyone basically made fun of me and you know, kept on doing like to emphasize dislike. You know, if you have an Android, then you know what I'm talking about. You know, that's that kind of torture. And so Garrett and I, who've known each other for, you know, over decades, and he has a background in messaging, and I have a background in cybersecurity and IT, et cetera, that we can solve this problem. But then the way that we solved it meant that we can do the same thing for any messaging type. That was the big aha moment there. So iMessage is actually just, you know, maybe you could call it the prototype for Sunbird, but it happens to be just this ridiculous demand for Androids and iPhones to finally communicate well with each other, right?
Yep. Well, okay, so let's talk about that whole situation because Apple overnight can launch iMessage on Android, and they would be the #1 messaging app pretty much in the U.S. Maybe, I don't know about in the world, because there's a big emphasis on iMessage here in the U.S., which is just not present anywhere else in the world. So why is Apple not releasing that? Let's start with that.
Well, I can't really speak for them. I just know that they've been asked about it, and you know, they've said it's not a priority for their users, right? So Apple focuses on their users and their ecosystem. If they were to create, let's say, an API where it opens up iMessage to the world, that's a huge business in itself, and that would take a couple years. Similarly, you saw, you know, Google do that with RCS, right? Create a messaging protocol based on opening up an API, and there's only one company that actually has access to that API. So, you know, to create a business around an API takes years. And by then, we do believe we'll have millions and millions of users. At launch, we know we're going to have millions of users.
So, okay, I guess my big question is, well, how does it work, number one? So you sign up on, I mean, right now it's a wait list, so there's some beta users, and I got a little taste of this. I got to try this out myself, and so it's pretty simple. You just kind of sign in with your Apple ID, but let's talk about security, because that, you know, Apple doesn't necessarily allow that per se. Like, they don't, it's not like with Google where they allow, you know, you can authorize third-party apps with your Google app or your Google login, right? Like, Apple doesn't really have that provision for this. So you're sort of doing something that Apple may not like, but I mean, tell me how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to get to the technical weeds, but at the end of the day, that's what the invention is. And so, two parts of this, right? Privacy, security, and confidentiality being one of them. You know, Darren, the inventor, has 20 years in fintech dealing with banks and technology before 10 years in messaging. And me personally, I have 20 years in IT, you know, and the last 10 of which has been in cybersecurity and compliance, you know, dealing with things like GDPR in Europe and ISO 27001 auditing and SOC 2 readiness, right? And the California Consumer Protection. So I know privacy in and out. And a huge part of that is not storing data. So that ties into the second part of your question, which is the actual invention here. So what is the invention? So the invention is maintaining encryption, right? So using the native authentication. So for you, when you log into iMessage, it's username, password, and two-factor authentication. But when you add WhatsApp into Sunbird, you're just scanning the QR code. So without getting too, and they might get, now it's in Sunbird also. So the next app is going to be using their authentication. So we're basically building, let's call it relay services in the cloud, right? So relay services that gets, and this is what we have a patent file on as well, right? So relay services in the cloud that automatically open up the relay, maintain the encryption, right? And the cool thing is that as soon as it goes through our servers, it automatically gets purged from our servers at the same time. Because if you're not storing data, you can't have compliance issues, you can't have hacking issues, right? If you don't store data.
Right. My guest right now is Danny Mizrahi, CEO of Sunbird, and they are building a messaging app that not only brings iMessage to Android, but also a unified inbox for all different types of messengers, including WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, your text messages, later Telegram, Discord, RCS, Slack. You want one place for all messages. That's what you're building.
Right.
Chưa
So
mở
remember
đốc
when we
tờ
first
sô-cô-la
got
chưa
Outlook
mở.
for the first time, and I don't know your age, but I'm old enough to have had Outlook with, I attached my AOL address. That's maybe too much information now. I'm really showing my age, but I attached my AOL, I attached my Hotmail, I attached my Yahoo Outlook, right, which is called the thin file. So think of Sunbird as a thin file, right? So it's just a window to see all these messages. Right, but when you look at all the data and you see that people are spending 4.2 hours every day scrolling through their messaging apps, going back and forth between them, right? We want to claim a couple of those hours. We want to make it a little easier for people to say, I don't have to go. Or, I have a friend that said that he got a message from a Facebook friend, and it was a very important message, and it was a very timely message, and basically a friend was in need, and he didn't have any other people that he communicated on Facebook Messenger with.
Right.
Nào,
So
ấp
you
mình
have
là
it.
của
Yeah,
chắc
you
mới
missed
mở
it. Right.
nè.
And this happens a lot with LinkedIn
Yeah,
messages.
cool.
These services that you sign up for and you may not check very often, but if they're all in one place, of course you're going to see them much quicker. What about cost for all this? Are you going to charge for this service when it comes out, and when do we expect to see this?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a free app, and it's meant to be free through launch. And, with millions and millions of users, frankly, we can keep it free because then we have funding.
Rồi,
This is
nhớ.
not brain surgery,
Mặt trăng,
right?
mặt
So,
trời, sushi.
we want to keep it free. We want to get the user count up, and we want to keep our costs a little, we're getting our costs lower and lower, which has been great. And so we're going to keep it free. Now, we do think we're going to have some premium features. I don't want to, do too much spoilers in terms of, what are going to be premium. And we have some really cool features like ChatGPT changing the tone of a message, and, Android to Android FaceTime. Right? We have some really cool features in store. The big subscription model that we do foresee for now would be unlocking the rest of the apps. We know at launch we're going to do iMessage and WhatsApp, or WhatsApp and Facebook, and or SMS, and or RCS, right? We think there's going to be 4 or 5, free apps at launch, and we can get tens and tens of millions of users just based on that. And that's what we want. That's absolutely what we want. And then after that, if you want to unlock Telegram, Signal, Line, Discord, right, LinkedIn messages, Teams, Spaces, all of these are doable. Right, the way that the invention is, any messaging app that we want to bring into it, we can do that based on the invention.
Interesting. All right, we're going to have to leave it there, but it's very intriguing. And, like I said, I did get to try the iMessage on there, and it works. My messages were coming through. I was sitting there texting from an Android phone, and my wife and kid were getting the messages on their iPhones, and they were in blue. So blue bubbles on Android both ways. It did work. Danny Mizrahi from Sunbird Messaging. Thanks so much for joining me today. How can folks find the app?
Yeah, Sunbird app. I mean, you can put Sunbird messaging into Google at this point, and we're coming up a lot. We've been very, very fortunate with a lot of great, coverage and Sunbirdapp.com. Share this with your Android friends. Share this with, anyone who's, making green bubbles in the group chat, and we'd love more people on the wait list. And soon we're going to get the app to everyone. We're working, also on making sure that happens.
All right, thanks so much for joining me today. Appreciate it. Coming up, we are going to talk about Best Buy launching Recycle by Mailboxes. So if you have a bunch of cords and cables and gadgets laying around the house, you can now send them in for recycling. Details on that coming up. Rich Tabiro, Rich on Tech on KFI AM 640. Time now for a news update. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jason Middleton. The LAPD continues to look for at least one suspect following 2 separate stabbings on the Metro Red Line. The first incident happened Thursday just before 5 p.m. at the Hollywood and Western station. President Biden is inviting 3 Tennessee lawmakers to the White House after they were targeted with expulsion for protesting the lack of gun control laws. The White House will host its annual Easter egg roll on Monday. Fun fact, the first egg roll at 1600 Pennsylvania back in 1878. Let's check on that accident in Sherman Oaks on the 405.
Boulevard, an earlier accident finally cleared down to the carpool lane. South 405, you're stopped and go from Roscoe Boulevard now all the way down to the 605 in Seal Beach. On to Fullerton, 57 southbound at Chapman, and again, this is in Fullerton, not City of Orange. You have a crash over on the right-hand shoulder, about 57 years old from Imperial to the 91. In Chino, 60 westbound at the 71, an earlier accident still blocking lanes. Up ahead, west 60 years old from Hacienda Boulevard to Garfield. there faster. I'm Mike Lawrence.
Insurance companies play hardball, but with Jacoby Myers on your side, you'll level the playing field. With over 50 years of experience, trust Jacoby Myers to protect your rights and get you the compensation you deserve. Call Jacoby Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Springfest is here at Lowe's. Save big when you buy 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. Shop Lowe's today because Lowe's knows spring. Valid through 4/12. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily. Be more cyber-zen. Catch the special deal now at NordVPN.com. With a few simple clicks, NordVPN will block online trackers and hide your virtual location. It will secure your devices from malware-infected downloads and block access to malicious websites. Enjoy internet without trackers. Internet without malicious websites. Internet without malware-ridden files. Imagine your data more secure, your connection protected. Then, catch the special deal now at NordVPN.com. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Maxwell was a runaway to rescue great disposition about 9 years ago. He was scratching a lot and he started losing some hair. My vet, she said, oh, he must be allergic to the chicken. Another vet said it's the grain. Third vet, she says it's the weather, something in the air. And then somebody said, I have been listening to the Dynamite ads, hearing different stories of different people. It just clicked. I got my first 90-day supply, and it took a grand total of 2 weeks. And the dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out. Dynamite gives nutrition. And Maxwell loved it. Now he's supposed to be and Dynamite, part of Maxwell's diet.
Dynamite for life. It won't be how happy your dog will be.
And he's just
You cannot complain about what's happening in your area if you're not going to take it upon yourself to put someone in office that is going to be the best person to bring about this change. We're not giving you a vote. You want to complain after? No, this is California. This is Full Count Saturday.
To Wallace Sharp this evening at 5 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh, Rich DeMiro here. Rich on tech. 888-RICH-101. 888-742-4101. Good song. Courtney recommended that we play How to Save a Life by The Fray. Thanks to my story about helping to save a life in Hawaii. But I'm telling you, I know I'm laughing now, but the thing to know, this thing, where's my note? I wrote this down what it's called. A rescue tube. That is what it's called. I took a picture of this thing. It's like kind of that long floaty thing. That was the key to the entire rescue operation because I knew that this adult, I would not be able to swim back to shore. But with the rescue tube, that floaty thing, I told him to grab onto that and I pulled that. It had a nice big cable, like a cord. And so I basically pulled him back into shore with that. So, yeah. Learn where the rescue tube is. When you go to a beach, learn where the rescue tube is. That's my advice to you. All right, let's go to Ron in Orange County. Ron, you're on with Rich. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Hold on. And I've been operating for years. I'm trying to get better organized. Essentially, when someone calls in, I want to be able to input in some type of software, some affordable software that I can just log everything in. And the phone number, what you're calling about, so forth.
And do you have this software already?
No, I'm asking you.
Okay.
What would you recommend in affordable software if not free?
Well, the good news is we live in an amazing time right now with so many great software options. So I think what you're talking about is CRM software. Have you heard that term? I assume you have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe now, this is not a small business show. I'm not a small business owner. Well, actually I am, but CRM is like customer relationship management or something like that, right?
Yes.
And so, you want to put this information in there and be able to remember the last time you talked to this person, remember the last time they called, what they're, and just, it's kind of an address book, but with more features, right?
Right.
Okay. So the big company that I think revolutionized this world is Salesforce. They came out with CRM software that was, all in the cloud and very different. So I think that's probably, kind of the basic CRM software that everyone knows, right? Have you heard of that company, Salesforce?
No, I haven't.
All right, so Salesforce I think is kind of like the gold standard when it comes to this. And I'm just going off of what I've heard in the past, what I know, but Salesforce is kind of like the big one. Now, with that said, there may be competitors that offer stuff that is cheaper. You said you wanted something that is less expensive. And so I'm looking at their big product, Customer 360. And I'm trying to look for pricing, and that's where it gets a little tricky, because it's saying try for free, but it's not really saying how much this is going to cost me. And so what I would do is, you can do a free trial, which on their website, but I would look for some other alternatives to this. And so when I look for alternatives, I'm seeing something called HubSpot, HubSpot, and HubSpot puts the pricing right on the front page. Now this, that's a little expensive for that one. So you're talking $800 a month. That's probably not something you want to do.
Yeah, no.
Then you've got something called Zoho, Z-O-H-O, and I'm looking at that. That's $14 a month. That's sounding probably a little bit better, huh? Okay, so Zoho is something that's it's flexible, so there's no lock-in, and it looks like it's something that might be worthwhile looking at. But those are just a couple of the companies that I would look at. And the thing that I would do too is, have you ever used the Versys search? Versys. So if you type in something on Google, Salesforce Versys, and then it comes up with all of the other companies that compete against that. So it's saying Salesforce versus HubSpot, ServiceNow, Zendesk, Shopify. So one of those companies may be something. So it's just a little bit of research.